If you're still not sure how vaginal scar tissue and adhesions relates to pelvic floor dysfunction, I'm gonna try to make it even more clear now. So the scar tissue and adhesions creates a lot of different imbalances in the vaginal canal and pelvic floor, which is the muscles inside and around the vaginal canal. So these are deeply connected. And once adhesions or scar tissue start to form, the tissues will, as I told you, become dense, like this, for example. And this is a normal, healthy vaginal wall. But then when you have this scar tissue, it's going to start to pull on the tissues, let's say above. So let's say this is our vaginal canal. This is where we have our bladder, uterus, and rectum on this side. If we have these scar tissue or adhesions on this side, the tissues here will be pulled down, and they don't really have the strength to stand up when it's pulling together with gravity all day long. When you walk, when you sit, when you stand, it's gonna have an effect on the structures around and the organs that we have in the pelvic bowl. So what happens is this pulling on the tissue in combination with the rectum here, that actually it weights too much for this super tired tissue that is above the scar tissue, and this tissue won't be able to hold that weight from the rectum or from the uterus or from the bladder if that vaginal wall is affected. But it can also be that you are experiencing scar tissue on this side and you have a prolapse on this side, because everything is connected here. So it's not logic, it's just depending on what types of trauma have you been through that are related to the pelvic floor and the formation of scar tissue and adhesions in the pelvic floor. Are you stressed out in life? How are you taking care of your health in general? Do you sleep well? All of these factors will also affect how severe symptoms you might be experiencing. And as I said before, there are so many things you can do to increase fluidity, get back to more vital and healthy tissues, but it's not Kegels. Kegels, as I told you already, will add tension to the vaginal scar tissue and the vaginal adhesions that you might have. So we don't want to do that. We want to work with different methods that dissolves scar tissue. If we give a scar what it needs, it will dissolve. I love this quote. It makes so much sense. And we can give a scar what it needs, which is circulation, nourishment, and some cleaning. That's all they need. But cells in scar tissue need some more help, because the bloodstream can't come into the scar tissue. So what we do at MoonRise is that we are working with so many different methods, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to increase the circulation. You can't just use pressure, for example, on a scar and hope it will dissolve. It's not going to be enough. You need to work on the emotional side. You need to activate the nerve endings again from within. Hypopressives, for example, scar tissue remediation, pelvic steaming, belly dance, even affirmations, meditations, and all of these amazing methods will help you heal pelvic floor dysfunction. Remember, you are healing.